Well, hello everybody. I am Mark Anthony, and yes, I am the Vegas tourist, and yes, I am doing proper social distancing. In this time of quarantine, lockdown, whatever it is that you want to call it, I'm not able to do tours, and I'm not able to work with some of my clients. So I'm going through some stuff that's been sitting on my to-do list for a while, and one of them is I've always had a fascination of, or a wanting to look up the burial place of a Las Vegas headliner, Redd Foxx. Now, for those of you of a certain generation, my generation, Redd Foxx is the man who influenced Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. For you younger people, he was Fred Sanford, Sanford & Son, and he played in a show called The Royal Family. Growing up, my older brother had a Redd Foxx album, and I can remember as a teenager listening to it and loving it. So when I started to come to Las Vegas as an adult, Redd Foxx was either at the Stardust or at the Plaza. I can't remember which one, but he was headlining, and that was the first Vegas adult show that I went to, and he did not disappoint. He was as raunchy live as he was on the album. Fred died of a heart attack on the set of Royal Family in 1991. He was 68 years old. It was reported that Eddie Murphy is the one who paid for his funeral because Fred was literally broke, and I'll get into that here in a second. So I'm out here at Palm Mortuary out on Eastern here, and I found where Fred was buried. Not only is Fred buried because you know it's his grave because it has the Redd Foxx on it, I did not know this, but 2 years later, his mother passed away, and she's buried right next to her son, Redd. In 1969, Fred had a house built here, and he would live here off and on, and then this was his final residence. Living here, he had money problems. He always had money issues. And so just down the road from his house, he had a store, Sanford's, and he sold his stuff out of there. Well, in 1989, the IRS came calling. Apparently, he was close to $4 million in back taxes. And as the story goes, they literally took everything that he owned, except for the clothes that he was wearing. The one thing the IRS did not take, because they saw no value in it, was an old pickup truck sitting outside the store. Little did they know that was the pickup truck that was used in the television show Sanford & Son. It was a gift that the studios gave Redd. It was sold later for thousands of dollars. It was after Redd had passed away, his house was bought by a Elvis impersonator, Jesse Guerin. Jesse and I think it was his father, lived there, and well, they didn't live there very long. Let's put it to you that way. Waking up to lights being turned on, doors being opened, doors being closed, and other noises. And so the homeowner hired a medium to come in and figure out what's going on, and it came out that Fred was not happy. Fred had not left Las Vegas. He was still here. Even after he died, he stayed in Las Vegas. And he did not like the changes to his house. So Jesse sold the house, and a few other people had bought it and did the exact same thing. They experienced things that weren't natural. And so finally it ended up in the hands of a real estate office, and they figured out how to make Redd happy. Apparently in Fred's world, he's still headlining in Las Vegas, and he comes home late at night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He likes to come in the back door, I'll grab a beer and go out and sit by the pool. Well, in our world, that pool no longer exists. And so they made a deal with Fred. Out on their sign, they put the little fox out there, and then they would leave the lights on in the kitchen at night, on top of the security, of course, but still. And doing that, Fred was happy, and they were at peace. If an employee was new to the firm, or they forgot and they had walked out and turned the lights off, or they had done something out of sequence, they would come in the morning and they'd find a complete mess in what was Fred's kitchen. So yeah, some people love Vegas more than others. Reportedly, since they started to do that, Fred is happy. Fred is quiet. Fred is not upsetting the people in our world. Think what you want on that one, but Fred was a stubborn mule, and I can totally relate to that. So there you have it. One more thing checked off of my list. And so if you have anything that you would like me to investigate, if you have any questions about Las Vegas or beyond Las Vegas, have any questions about tours and travels, leave them in the show notes down below. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as always, I will see you on the next video.